All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with another video. All right, y'all, back with another quick one here. I know most of you already heard about this one. PFL is returning with the 8 women's flyweights tournament again for 2025. The tournament is starting in April, as y'all know. And I think I talked a little bit about it like a few weeks ago because, you know, Taila Santos, she was like the first one announced for it. You know, she's making her return real quick. You know, she's making her return after that hard loss against Dakota. But, hey, shout out to her. I mean, she just tried to prove her toughness, I guess. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done over there. But that's another video, right? But, yeah, they got 8 women in this tournament again. The good news and the bad news here is, well, first off, the bad news is that Dakota won't be here this time around. But the good news is Dakota won't be there this time around, right? I mean, that's good news for the fighters here because now it kind of evens out the playing field, right? Kind of evens the odds for them now, you know, because Dakota, she was blasting through everybody, right? She proved me wrong and she blasted through Taila Santos as well. So if she was here again, I think she would do the same thing. You know, she would blast through Taila or she would blast through Liz at this point. You know, she just proved to be on a different level. She's there now, right? So for Dakota, I think, you know, the options are open for her. Whatever they do with her, that's, you know, up to them as far as whatever they can do to get her the big fights and kind of market her as the superstar they want her to be, right? But as far as the roster here, we got Taila Santos, of course, returning. Liz Carmouche returning. Kana Watanabe is back. Juliana Velasquez is back. Jenna Bishop is back. Then you got the newcomers like Alora Dana. She's an undefeated fighter, I think like 7-0. I haven't really seen her fight before, but I'm going to have to check out some of her fights. Then you got Ilaria Wani coming back and Diana Afsaragova, who I haven't seen in a minute. You know, Diana Afsaragova, you know, she was a Bellator fighter. So since, you know, they merged and they're gone now, you know, she's making her way to the tournament, which is good because I haven't seen her in a minute. You know, she's been inactive. So I think this tournament is definitely good for her. But with these newcomers coming in, I think that's good for them to get some work in and, you know, possible chance to win some big money here, you know, especially with Dakota gone, it kind of balances out here because you never know. Even one of these fighters could upset one of the older fighters here. So it really does even out now. You know, it really does because Dakota, again, was just on another level. So my thoughts on this one, I think it should be interesting as far as what we have between these fighters. These tournaments aren't really as sparking as they usually are now because, you know, some of these fighters we already seen how high they could go and what they really possess. You know, Taila, to me, she's got to go back to the drawing board and really get back to work on her striking and just mental confidence and really heal up physically too because I still don't know how the eye is, you know. She just seems a little timid. And, you know, Liz Carmouche, she's already up in my age bracket now, the 40s, you know, so I don't know, like, what level Liz is going to be on to really pull in, like, this big win and make this big statement at this point. I think the only ones like Jenna Bishop might make it really exciting, Kana Watanabe, and even this Alora Dana this time around, you know, so I hope they kind of make it a little bit further this time. You know, Jenna Bishop, I know she's up there too, you know, when it comes to age, so we'll see how far she makes it this time around. But yeah, like I was saying with Dakota not being there, I think with Dakota now at this point with the PFL, they're really going to have to try to, you know, scrounge up something for her, you know, because I think she's going to get restless too at some point and try to get out this contract or buy out this contract somehow, you know, because if they're not giving her the big fights like she wants, like she said, I don't think that they're going to be able to hold on to it any longer, you know. Like the only fights I think that could make sense are like the European fights, you know. Chanel Dyer, she's been out now. She didn't get a chance to fight in the tournament over there, so I don't think that's a good fight right now because Chanel, to me, needs to fight a few more fights before we put her in the Dakota level. Just being honest, you know. Paulina Venuska, that's like the only one I would say is of interest right now because she won the flyweight tournament in Europe, you know, so they are the winners of their tournament. So I think they might match them up at some point, right? And that's what she's looking for. And another thing too, you know, Dakota probably doesn't feel like she's really losing much here because this tournament this time around, as y'all know, PFL is having some cutbacks. They split it in half. You know, it's no longer $1 million. It's now $500,000, which is still good money for these fighters, you know. But somebody like Dakota is looking like $1 million fighter. She wants to move on now and I'm sure fight some big fights. So it's up to the PFL to bring in some newcomers for, you know, bring in some threats from outside of the UFC, you know, or at some point they're going to have to let her go. So I'm thinking that Dakota, we might see her in UFC maybe like late 2026. We're not going to see her there this year, or maybe even, like I said, a good part of next year. But you might hear her being out of her contract and finally being let go some point at late 2026, I think. But her being young, she still has time. She still has time to grow here. But yeah, guys, what do y'all think about this one? I will check out this tournament. I just worry about Taila Santos, and her growth, because even against some of these other girls here, she's kind of fighting tooth and nail to get these wins. Like, she wasn't blasting through anybody. Like, the only one she stopped was Ilaria Wani. But Liz, Jenna, it's still like an even playing field here. So I think overall it's going to be a competitive tournament this time around. All right. Well, guys, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Hit the like and subscribe. WMMA Talk, Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.